Hello everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back to my channel. This is Let's Chat. How are you doing? It's Wednesday. I hope you're having a good week, or as well as you can have. I'm doing okay. I'm a little tired. It's been a busy week. I feel like I'm doing things, but at the same time not getting enough done, which is sometimes par for the course for me. But I'm pushing through. I don't have a choice, when it's one of those things where you feel tired but you got to keep going. It's where I am this week. Okay. But I am looking forward to the weekend so badly. I don't feel burnt out or anything like that, but I am tired. So today for Let's Chat, we're going to talk to Jesus. The question, first of all, I didn't know what I was going to do today. And the question that someone asked me for the Q&A was about, can you channel Jesus? Excuse me. And I said, sure. A little intimidating, not really, but but I did that. I did channel. So we're gonna see what he has to say. I asked him to pick a Christ conscious card, so I have a message there. So I figure we can do that today and sort of fly in the seat of our pants. I'm going to check in with the collective, pull some cards, and that's about it. Okay, so let's do the Christ consciousness card first. So this is a card I asked that he choose, and he chose. I didn't read what the card was, the description, but he chose resurrection, embrace new life. Okay. And this is what the card looks like. Isn't that's beautiful? The light coming shining through. Okay. So let's read what the message is. This thing is dirty. Do you believe in fully living your life? Seeing each day as a gift and precious beyond measure. This may seem an odd question for a card about resurrection, since death is the factor preceding it, yet we can unconsciously operate and live as if we are friendly. Nope, as if we are already half dead, either willing the years to go faster as a consequence of grief or unhealed trauma. Waiting for something to happen first, then my life will really begin. This is very true. Or be on automatic pilot, going through the motions with no awareness or presence. We can fear death, scared of what is to come, and not understanding that death is a natural part of nature's cycle, and there can be nothing new without it. Fear denies, hold on. Fear denies the wonder of God's creation in all its form and stops us from stepping up into our dreams, and welcoming new experiences, events, and people. We become reclusive, not wanting to venture into our fullest expression and journey. While here, full of doubt, consequently thwarting growth and ending up living a lesser life. Whew, true. In many ways, we are now more afraid to live than to die. In the story of Lazarus, where Jesus raises a dead man from a tomb, it is interesting that the disciples first interpret that the man is simply sleeping, not dead. Although Jesus later confirms he had indeed died, the ambiguity of both sleep and death itself within the same passage is noteworthy. Actual death is merely stepping forward into another realm of existence. But we can waste time and sleepwalk through life, not caring to explore the meaning of life or the mysteries of creation and fall and faith. Let's pull this light closer. However, walking in Christ consciousness is a chosen path by those who seek to grow, learn, and evolve, and asks us not just to celebrate our eternal life, but to enjoy the life we have now, to make the most of every day, a blessing despite anything going on around us. Being alive and knowing the soul's growth through every chapter, joyous and sad, is why we choose to incarnate, and why we will likely do so again. Jesus said, "I am the resurrection and the life. He who believes in me will not die." A clear teaching on the continuation of life, and that via embodying the qualities of love, grace, and all that he taught, the turning of the wheels between different planes of existence would be ensured. Knowing this gives us a bedrock of security, which can encourage us to want to do more, not wanting to waste a single moment, knowing we are always held. Rebirth and resurrection occur every day. Upon waking, we have a chance to start over, try again, and embrace what we can create, to turn challenges into triumph, and sadness into reflection, and eventually laughter, and to see how every part fits to bring about the tapestry of our lives. Today, sit and feel into what you are ready to let go of, and what parts of your life are complete. Giving thanks to all you learned. Pause, breathe, and take a moment to welcome in new energies that can transform and elevate your world. Aspiring to live a full life made up of a myriad of moments, know that your rebirth and resurrection here in a new chapter waits for you to enter its pages. Have no fear, step into it fully, and as the stone rolls back from the tomb of where you have been, you feel the sunlight on your face. Love is here, new life is here, God is here within you, and you are free. Okay. All right, so that is his message. Oh. Okay. So let's just sit with that for a moment. Let's breathe. So, death and life, resurrection, and a new life. Something being deconstructed, something new coming from it. I feel like that is the theme of this year and what we are going through. There's a lot of changes. There's a lot of changes. There's a lot of goodness. There's a lot of not so good. I think people in general, for the most part, are looking at themselves and reflecting on their lives, with everything that's been going on. At least I know I have. And I see it with my clients as well. But yeah, he chose this card. And I didn't read the description, but I saw the name of the card. New life is what stuck out to me. And I said, "Oh, that's very interesting." And I kind of already felt what he was saying before I even read the description. I just read it just now, okay, guys? So that was interesting. But his messages, his channel messages, was very interesting, and his energy, I felt like as I was calling out to him, asking to connect, it was like, usually I'll feel my guides' presence, but they were just like not around. It felt like they weren't around. It was like they backed up, and it was interesting that I just realized that and then as I felt his energy, his presence, it felt like someone took both their hands and pressed it across my forehead and the back of my head like a band. It felt like, I still kind of feel it. As I was just sort of sitting there, he said, "Hello, child." And I greeted him back. It wasn't like painful. It felt like hands or a band around my front of my forehead and the back of my head. Like this. But it wasn't painful. I could just feel it. And it was a little warm. And I was like, okay. And as I'm talking to him, it felt like I felt breathless. It felt like I was floating in midair, like I was up in the air. And then the more I was sitting with him, and the more, because at first I was like, it felt like a surreal, the feeling, and I couldn't describe the feeling at first. I was like weightless, and I was like saying to myself, I can't focus but I was focused. But as the description, I felt like I was flying or floating, or I was high up. And it felt like when I started getting used to the feeling, didn't feel like I was in my body. As I started to get, because I got up and down a few times. But as I finally sat and got used to the feeling, I was like, it feels like, because I noticed a breathlessness that I was feeling, and I was like, it feels like I'm on top of a mountain. And that's what the image he showed me, that we were sitting on top of a snowy mountain talking. And that's what I felt like. The band on my head, at first The band on my head, I was like, it feels like elevation, like I'm up high in the sky. And I wasn't lightheaded, but it felt like a tightness, but not uncomfortable. And then I felt breathless, and I said, we're on a mountain. And he showed me that. He showed me. So that was what I felt. His energy felt big, like he needed, oof, I'm getting chills. That's what my guides were not there. They're always there. But in this moment, it felt like they was like, all right, we're gonna give you guys that's what it felt like, some privacy, or because he felt big. It felt big. It also felt like he will be back to talk to me. He was just sort of giving me the space, it felt like, to get used to this feeling, to get used to. I talk to Jesus all the time. I always felt close to him, especially as a young child. I wasn't really raised in the church like my sisters were. I'm not religious. Well, I don't go to church. I guess you could say I'm a Christian, but I sort of don't really like pulling from all sorts of religion. So I wouldn't say I'm a Christian. I was raised as one. I do believe in God. I do believe in Jesus. I also believe in other things too. But I've always prayed to Jesus, always when I was young. And that's not something that was put in within me, or because I wasn't really raised in the church like that. I was very little when I would go to church, so I have memories, but I didn't go to, I sort of wish I, took Bible study, and because I could start reading the Bible. And then when I was an undergrad, I went to St. John's, and it's a Catholic school, and you have to take theology, and I really enjoyed that. But I didn't take it as serious as I should have, perhaps. But that's a part of my expansion and what I need to do for myself. But anyway, so I do believe, and I do, I think Jesus is so just like the standard of how you should be in humanity. He's ascended, and that feeling I felt is fading now. The band around my head and the lightheadedness of not literally physically, but like I was just not in my body. I was floating, like sitting on this mountain, out of breath, but I'll be okay. So that's that. That's my experience with channeling Jesus Christ. So here's his messages, okay? I'm like, I don't know what to say. He just was waiting. But the more I spoke to him, the more comfortable I felt. Which is interesting because I pray to him all the time. Anyway. I guess it's different when you... Okay, so I asked what can I tell the collective? What message from you can I give to them? And he said, tell them they are love. Tell them they are loved by God. They must keep moving forward. It is the only way. We started off slow. I asked them why are we going through this? He said the world is going through this because there's a new way of life coming. I said, how will we get through this? How are we going to get through this? I asked him. He said, you will get through this through your own free will. God has made it so. The choices are laid before you all. The choices are laid before you all. I said, how can we get through this? He said, pray. Seek solace in the knowledge that all will be well. God has planned it so. I asked about Donald Trump. At first I wasn't, because I'm like, does he care about this? But he answered, and I will tell you the impressions he gave me. He said he is a lost soul who needs saving. It is not for me to judge. He is not long for this world I see. He should pray, he said. There's my sister sneezing. He is a lost soul who needs saving. It is not for me to judge. He's not long for this world I see. He should pray. And when he was talking about him, he was not looking at me when he was speaking about him. He looked out. He looked out into the... He stared out like... and it felt like if you could, the sipping tea, like, not judgmental at all. But there was a firmness in his answer of like, he wasn't judging. He meant that. It's not for me to judge. But he also was like, I didn't get any like other impressions from him but what he said in his words. I didn't get anger. I felt an understanding. Like, oh, it's not, he's almost saying to me, not excuse me, Scooter sneezing. Almost saying, okay, you're right over there. Right on, Scooter. Like, I don't know how to describe it. It's just someone sitting on high, like this doesn't, he will be, this is his problem, and he should pray. There was a ambiguousness to it, a neutrality to him. Okay. I asked about Kamala, and he said, first of all, it was like after Donald Trump, the mood with Donald Trump's question was different. It became like a stillness. But then it was like he knew so much about, he would. But he wasn't saying a lot. It felt like he's not really, not that he's saying he's not important. I don't know. It's hard to describe. But anyway, back to Kamala. Kamala, when I asked him about her, everything shifted, and it was like I saw golden light. That's what I saw first before he spoke. Like sun rays, like things, that's what it felt like, you know. And then he said, he spoke so passionately. It was crazy, but amazing. He said, she is exalted. She is chosen. I talk to her often in her dreams. She will be the one to lead you to sanctity. That's what he said. And then I looked up the phrase, lead you. I know what sanctity means, but in the way that he said it, I wanted to understand it. Okay. Purity, holiness. Okay. Something spiritual, something healing. And I was like, whoa. And I wrote down what he showed me. I sat with that for a long time. For a while. For a bit. I wrote golden light. That's what I saw. And then, oh yeah, he showed me as he said the last thing. It was like this golden light beginning to brighten, and her image came. And he showed me her in golden armor. And I was like, oh my goodness. She is exalted. That's what he said. She is chosen. I talk to her often in her dreams. She will be the one to lead you to sanctity. And I said, what? And I wrote what he showed me. Showed me her in golden armor. My nose is so itchy. That's a good sign. As I got to, it's so itchy. As I got to Donald Trump, and I began to realize that I was on a mountain with him, because I was like, why do I feel breathless? And at one point I felt cold. My arms felt cold. And that's when I was like, oh yeah. I said, what will this new world be like? He said, people will be more alive than ever. People will be more awake, more free. They will understand God's love. I asked what signs are what signs are there? What signs are there to show that this is ending? And he said, you have already been given signs on how things will begin to end. Pay close attention to your messages. The time has already begun. That's what he said. The time has already begun. Meaning, the end has already begun, he's saying. Which could sound foreboding. I was talking about the end of this situation that we're going through. He said we've already been given signs. It's already happened, basically. It's happening. Pay close attention to your messages. Pay close attention to your messages, meaning the messages that I have been sharing. From my guides, from channeled messages. Okay, so that was Jesus Christ. That was Jesus. Very calm. Big energy, like a big energy. And I thanked him, and he said he didn't say child this time. He said Kimberly. And that was it. That was it. I have a headache now. A little one. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I saw another, I saw someone channel Jesus. Was it Dave? I didn't watch it yet. But that inspired me too. I was like, let me just, after that question, I kept thinking about it and I was trying to figure out what am I going to do for a Let's Chat? And my guides were like, do this. I said, okay. Crazy. That I've never felt that before. The feeling of being, when people do channel, they taste things, they smell things. I don't have that. Feel cold like that? Interesting. Okay. All right. Let's do a reading for the collective. I'm gonna use, should I use that? My Alice in Wonderland cards. Let me just get a feel for them. If I don't like them, then, because it feels like we're in Alice in Wonderland, right? Feels a little kooky, a little crazy. Just making sure. Okay. Alright, let me just double check which is which, because which is wands and which is not wands. Okay, let's see here. The suit of spears represents action. Okay, spears are wands and flowers are swords. And the hedgehogs are pentacles. Okay. Just had to remember. Alright, guys. So this is a reading for the collective for the month of March. So let's see how we will be faring. Oh, that's not good. Very uncomfortable. Okay. These cards are hard to shuffle. Can't see a thing. The cards are so dark too. Page of Flowers, Page of Swords. Okay. Queen of Flowers, Queen of Swords. Very interesting. Five of Swords, Five of Swords. Ace of Swords. A lot of swords. Interesting. 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 Oh, this card wanted to come out. What does this say? The what? The pair. I don't know what that is. Is that a cup? The pair. Hold on. This deck is about to... Is that the Fool? No, it's not the Fool. That's definitely a major card. It's a major card. Bear with me, guys. Hold on. The pair. The Lovers, I think. Yeah. The Lovers. I was right. Okay. Okay. There's a lot of swords here, guys. There's going to be... This is 8. There's a lot of swords here. And I said that in one of the readings. There'll be a lot of mental... Yeah, 8 of Swords. Just tell me to put it here. A lot of mental stuff. Let's move this up. Ace of Wands. Okay. This is 3 of Pentacles. Ace of Wands, 3 of Pentacles. Three of Cups. 3 of Cups. Three of Cups. Are we celebrating something? Interesting. Page of Pentacles. 3 of Cups. Interesting. Page of Pentacles. This goes over here. Ten of Pentacles. March looks promising for the collective. A lot of mental activity, intellectual activity, clarity. This eight of swords here feels like it's on top of the Five of Swords. And on top of the Ace of Swords. So there will be a feeling of restriction for the month of March for the collective in some way. But that's going to change. The Ten of Pentacles. I'm going to get a clarifier for that. What does this say? Judgment. Okay, it feels like it goes here. No, it feels like it goes here. What is this? The Two of Pentacles. The page of Swords is here. Yeah. So there'll be information coming out. What does this say? Page of Pentacles. Somewhere it feels like perhaps mid-March that there'll be some, feels like some sort of restriction, mental restriction or confusion with the Eight of Swords there, but it'll clear up as we move into this energy here. Let me get a clarifier for the Eight of Swords. Nine of Wands, yeah. Nine of Wands for the clarifier. That's what, yeah, it's like, that's, there's some sort of feeling of trap or restriction regarding I wish I could just look at these, because the cards are sort of dark. I kind of have the regrets. But with the Five of Swords and the Ten of Swords, no, that is the Ace of Swords. Sorry. With the Five of Swords and the Ace of Swords, I keep wanting to say 10 for some reason. Five of Swords is like a feeling of winning an argument or winning at all costs, perhaps doing things, in secret, or cutting corners to win in a conflict. And Ace of Swords is about, mental clarity, new mental clarity, truth, and finding new ways to communicate. And there may be some sort of restriction there, or feeling of restriction with the Eight of Swords here. But it's a mental, it could be self-imposed, okay? Because this doesn't feel bad. This energy doesn't feel negative, okay, right here. Because you have the Nine of Wands here. The Nine of Wands. And it's really about you're right there at the end of something. The light is at the end of the tunnel. So whatever this restriction in mid-March I'm feeling here, it's not something to fret too much about. The Nine of Wands says, yeah, well, the Nine of Wands says, you know, despite blockages, you know, how hard it is to get to the other side of something, to keep going, keep pushing, keep, you know, persevering. You know, it's about resilience. It's about, you know, going forward. Okay. Now over here on this side, we have the Page of Pentacles, the Page of Swords, the Queen of Swords, okay? And the Ten of Pentacles. This speaks to, for me, information. Okay, this is about, what did I say this was? I always forget. Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles. Okay. New projects, assistance. New projects, assistance. The Queen of Swords is here on top of the Ten of Pentacles. You know, I think moving into the month of March, we are all going to be thinking about how to use our money wisely, use our money shrewdly, okay? Be strategic in how we as a collective implement new ideas, how we think about, there's going to be thinking a lot about the long term for the month of March. Something is going to come up where we're going to be thinking a lot about money, and we're going to be thinking a lot about planning for the long term. There's going to be a lot of strategic planning. Okay, like it feels like coming into the month, we're sort of like, okay, picking ourselves up, dusting ourselves off. Okay, let's let's get it together. And so this is like planning. This is new ideas. This is how we invest our money, who we give our money to, with the Ten of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords on top. Page of Pentacles is organized planning, and this, I keep thinking about this boycott coming up, this economic boycott. Actually, someone sent me something I want to put in the community tab, so check that out. But this is what it feels like here. And if you didn't watch my Q&A, it's gonna go well, and it won't be the first one. And my sister showed me a video. She was on Instagram, and a woman was in Target, and Target was like empty, and she's like, this is a pretty busy Target all the time. And I believe it was in an urban neighborhood, and it was like empty almost for the most part. So we'll see. I mean, this is what it feels like: strategic planning, implementing new ideas, thinking about how you invest your money, being smart with how you spend your money. Okay, that's what this is. This mid-March, it feels like restriction, or a sense of restriction, but the spirit is saying no with the Nine of Wands. Keep going, keep pushing. What you're doing is working. If it's hard, it's not supposed to be easy. Keep going, keep pushing, you know, because you're right there. And then as you move into this energy here, we have Judgment. We have the Lovers. Okay, so Judgment here is about, let me just get through the cards first. We have the Lovers here. We have Three of Pentacles. Three of Cups. Ace of Wands. it's like circling back. We start off here with like, planning, implementation, scrutinizing things, scrutinizing information, scrutinizing where our money is going, that sort of thing. Some sort of restriction here to this here. It feels like a win of some sort. Let me see. Let me pull two more down here. Oh, just flew out. Okay, so we have, what's going on here? Let me decipher these. Where's the King of Pentacles? What I'm saying. A win. That's what it feels like down here by the end of the month. Queen of Pentacles. Listen, we start off with thinking about the long term and how we're going to spend our money and where we invested, to the King and Queen of Pentacles. Stability in finances. That's nice. Good. All right, let's see. And justice. It's so interesting. The month of March looks good for the collective. Okay, so let's hop into it. With Judgment, what time is it? Okay. All right, so with Judgment, with Judgment is here. Judgment is a card of karma. It's a card of self-reflection. A card of renewal, healing. It makes you take a look at yourself. Take responsibility for yourself, your actions. It encourages you to live authentically, those sort of things. Okay. So it's really about being discerning. Perhaps a judgment. We have judgment and justice here, so I'm feeling like something is going to come through. Maybe another lawsuit, will be lost for the administration, and it will be for the people. That's what you see. That look at that trumpet. Feels like victory down here. Let me ask my pendulum. Okay. And these cards, let's wait till it stops moving. Are these cards at the end speaking of victory? Are these cards at the end speaking of victory? Okay, saying yes. Okay. So yeah, the Lovers is about decisions being made, big life decisions. The Ace of Wands is news coming in, good news coming in, new inspired action, taking action. It's always a card of yes. So it's like we came here planning something about the long term. There was some sort of delay or restriction, mental restriction or confusion, or it doesn't feel too bad or intense though, but it'll be noticeable mid-month. And then as we move into the end of March, things feel lighter. It feels like with the King and Queen of Pentacles that we have gotten it together in some way. There's some stability, financial stability, just like a solid foundation, or we feel like we can't be, we're rooted to the ground. It feels less confusing, more in control with the King and Queen of Pentacles here. And definitely something about our economy or our finances. Because the Three of Cups is here is about celebration. It's like something coming back into balance here. Something about our economy, something about money, something that we thought we would lose, but actually we're not. Okay, you have the Three of Pentacles here. Back to this collaborating, planning. I'm telling you, it has something to do with this boycott. I just feel very strongly. I feel very strongly about it. Back to center. Is this reading about the economic boycott? Is this reading about the economic boycott? That's what it's saying, yes. Okay. Yeah. Pretty cool. Very cool. So what did I miss? This is the King and Queen of Pentacles. Talked about that. This is Three of Cups. I think I didn't miss anything. So the month of March for the collective looks good. A lot of mental energy being used. A little bit of confusion, some sort of mental restriction or limitation. It doesn't feel like the whole collective, but something will be noticeable. But it's not gonna. It's really not a huge thing, okay? But leaving the month of March here feels huge, like wins and stability and solidness. With the judgment and justice is here. The Lovers is here. Decisions being made. Good news coming out. So this looks good. Our month of March looks good. Very good. Good for us. Okay. I'm gonna pull pull 3 decks to end this off. Okay, this deck is a new deck I purchased. Called Path of Shadows. It's about shadow work. This isn't a promotion. This is what it looks like. Okay, it's about dark night of the soul and doing shadow work, and maybe I'll talk about that in another Let's Chat, what shadow work is exactly. But let's pull cards. It's looking at your looking at the inner quote unquote darker parts of yourself. Okay, because we do have some shadow work to do, and sometimes those parts do assist us. Sometimes we may be afraid to look at those parts, or sometimes those parts may hold us back. Okay. This is for you guys. Let's see what... This is my first time touching this, pulling for this deck. I actually pulled... That's not true. I pulled just to get a feel of the cards and to look at them. One thing about these cards is, maybe that's a me problem. It's not bright enough. That light needs to be charged. Self-doubt. In shadows, deep fears and doubts creep, a specter haunting where courage sleeps. Yeah. Self-doubt. we have to deal with that. Our ability to get through difficulties. We doubt that a lot, I feel, in the collective sometimes. Sabotaging relationships. In the tangle of love, my demons emerge, and I wonder if yours will ask them to dance. Okay. That's a message for somebody. Sabotaging relationships. Doesn't have to be love. It could be any kind of relationship. It doesn't have to be romantic. Alright, let's do Celestial Insights. These cards are all out of whack. And I've just been leaving them that way because it feels like, why not? Okay. Spirit, okay. It says, the power of your spirit is always there, quietly supporting you. If you feel lost, take time to listen to your inner voice. Through meditation or simple outdoor activities, you can reconnect with your inner strength. That's the artwork. This is the message that my camera won't focus on. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Saying me to pull one more from here. Sturdy. Okay, see how the cards come out wonky? Sturdy. A strong foundation is the key to success. Are you feeling uncertain about something? Focus on building a solid base in whatever you're working on. It will provide long-term stability. And that's the word that I was looking for with that mid-March mental restriction, uncertainty. That's what it felt like. Not sure, like, oh, you know, something gonna work. Feeling uncertain about something. But when that passes, you know, that feeling will go away for us in the collective. And it has something to do with the economy. It has something to do with the boycott. It has something to do with something with the government. Okay. Path of Lights. One more message. That's so interesting that band I felt around my head is, I don't feel it anymore. Wow. Unflinching. I am steadfast in the face of fear. Calmly accepting life's challenges, I remain unwavering. My thoughts are gentle, and I approach each situation with inner peace and resolve. Yeah, that's what I felt. That's something that will be coming with the Three of Cups there. Inner peace, celebration, harmony. Interesting. We'll see what happens. All right. All right, guys. So that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed it. I will be back on Friday for another The Story Continues. Take care of yourselves. Don't forget the economic boycott for Friday. I will post in the community tab information, and I will see you on Friday. Bye.